let's just jump into it, Pete. How about we do
Oh,
that?
all right.
So why don't you kind of
Well,
explain what it is you're talking about? And for anybody that's new or coming in, I know that we have some new people that are seeing this or on YouTube or whatever. Every Wednesday night we take somebody from the community of traders and they post or they host whatever they're doing that right at the moment that they're being successful with, or they're working on, or they're trying to they found something that's really good. Tonight we have Pete, who's going to be presenting on multi-account trading. If I'm correct in that, is that right?
yeah. Yeah, allegedly, allegedly.
Multi-prop firm strategy, which is something that's near and dear to my heart, which I really love. Um, Helping you guys to forex your forex. So that being said, Pete and I have been trading almost daily for over a year now, right? I mean, other
Yeah.
than here and there, but
Yep.
for a good while we've been doing it. And so I've seen Pete's progression as a trader just grow from leaps and bounds. And this is fairly new to the industry, and it's fairly new to Pete. Um, uh, and so I'm sure he'll talk more about that. But it's something that we've kind of found that works, and kind of want to showcase this, and hopefully everybody can jump on and catch the vision. So with that, Pete, take away. I'm probably going to turn my camera off too, because I'm going to get a little bit of food if that in me. So, but I'll still be
Some
around.
shut eye.
Yeah, I'm going to take a and take a
Ah,
rest. So
ah,
I'm going to turn my monitor off. Let me wake me up
well, somebody's got to
when you're
talk.
done. All right, how about it, buddy?
Yeah, this is really serendipitous timing. Like a lot of the hot seat traders, I have been going through the 5 to 50K hot seat journey, and having weeks in a row of good days, and then a down day that wipes out profit, and then climbing the hill again. So for the last year or so, I've been in that learning process, and so up until probably 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I was not looking to get into any paid prop firm challenges, uh, potentially for the same reasons that anyone out there, you guys probably would be thinking the same thing. For me, it was, hey, why would I spend money on a challenge if I can't even be profitable or be consistent, or I don't think I know enough, or I'm going to do demos until I pass just a simple 2 week demo challenge before I get into any sort of live trading. So that's kind of where I was sitting, not really on the fence. I just was not interested in um, entering live challenges. And about 2.5 weeks ago, um, as Dave continued to formulate that idea and that game plan, I just decided that, hey, I'm going to jump in, and rather than make money in a demo and learn, I thought it would be wise to start to work through challenges. And so, um, like you guys all know, literally right now, the timing, I think, for this all coming together is very interesting. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. That's how I got to here. And so about a week or two ago, I said, hey, Dave, why don't I throw up some sort of a Wednesday night class? And there was just three, I'd say, quick things we're going to go over, and talk through questions, and get you guys some opportunity to ask questions and to set some accounts up, and all those types of things. Does that make sense?
Nope.
And the chat is up, so watch your P's and Q's. But so like the title said in the announcements, it's a multi-prop firm strategy. So maximizing safety. I think that's a typo. I don't know. maximizing safety and profit. Maybe safety as far as risk management. So I'm going to set up a couple things here. All right. Like I started out, I think this might be my second class, maybe my third class teaching. I'm going to try and do the shortest introduction possible. Most of you are familiar with me, referee Pete. I'm from Minnesota. I've been trading since 2001. I joined Trade to Fund Discord in September of 2022 and jumped into the hot seat as a member of that in February of 2023. And I had posted this quote, whoops, the last time I taught. Like many of you, I trade every day. I really like it. It's an amazing puzzle that is very confusing and can't totally be solved correctly every time, but we're trying to tame it and from time to time have some success. Right? Am I right or am I right? Or am I right? And we're always on the... Go ahead.
Do you want this to be more of a conversation or presentation?
Right after
we'll talk if you want.
Yeah, right after this slide, I've got some class participation. So
okay, sounds good.
Yep. I should put on here that always on the lookout for a Brandon candle. Can I get an amen?
Preach.
Preacher. All right, so here's the 3 things we're going to cover tonight: the why, the how, and the do. So this is where the participation comes in. I've got 10 questions, and this will help, I think, wrap the arms around where everyone, or at least everyone who's here tonight, the 20 or so people, where is everybody out at on this spectrum? So I would really appreciate it if you could grab your annotation and check mark. So who here has already heard Dave or Sean or both of them speak on the power of having multiple trading accounts? I know that Sean had his original YouTube video months ago, and Dave kind of circled back in the last couple of weeks. We've really been hammering through that. And so I wanted to kind of get a feel for who's here tonight and how much time we need to spend in certain subjects. So thank you. And also, we got to make sure everyone can annotate. Clifford, can you annotate tonight? Brandon, boom, 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 boom.
No.
Is this a visual, or are we supposed to be checking on the?
I don't see the annotations.
Brer, I would love if it's easier for you to just say yes or no, you can say that. Otherwise, pop a check mark in. So
yes, I've heard.
If you don't have the annotation tools, probably because you're through like a browser window, and if you download the Zoom, you'll be able to annotate. But it's not. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm working via the browser.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. As we head to our next question. So who here agrees, with Dave and Sean, that this multi-prop trading is probably among the top ways for traders like us to trade with long-term success?
Certainly gives us an advantage.
I love it, Brandon. Josh in the chat, Josh Hunter says, yeah, it's required now. It's not really an option. And I'm totally open to hearing if someone was in the no category, or if they've had some bad experiences with it. This is the place to get those questions and stuff figured out. Next question, and there's only 10 of them. So who here either disagrees with the statement, and maybe no one's going to checkbox this, but so who here either disagrees with the first statement that it's a great option for us to build our account, or maybe you don't know, or I think we had one person who hadn't heard about the strategy yet. So this is kind of a piggyback. It's not really a hard test question, but when we look at question number 4, who here is already trading multiple non-apiary accounts? either demo or live. And the follow-up with this, are you using the copy trader tools available to us? So we got a good 5 or 6 people here. Okay.
Yes, I am using the copy trader.
Who here has paid actual money and is in live challenges with multiple accounts and using copy trader tools available to us?
Does it count if I'm going to do that tonight?
Ooh. Heck yeah, it does.
Yes.
Go ahead and put the yes on there.
Yeah.
Live account with Owanda.
Who here has passed any of their challenges and are now trading at prop firms live money outside of Bayberry? Do we have anyone that's doing that?
No.
If yes, did you get some or did you get all of the challenge fees refunded? And have you gotten actual money deposited back into your bank account? Okay. Oops. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how comfortable are you with the entire process of multi-account trading? And what I'm looking for in this is, you would be considered a 10 if you knew where to look for the prop firm information on the Google Doc that's been created. You knew how to open up a prop firm challenge account. You knew how to download all the platforms, how to work all the EAs. You knew how to move around the trading platforms that these prop firms use. You could literally start trading today and no problem because you've had you've had the experience. So a couple people are a 1. They're gonna learn a lot tonight. That's fun. 9s and 10s, which is really great to see, which means that everyone is getting really used to all the information and all the programs. Okay, number 8. Here is the current prop firm challenge status of people on Trade the Fund. A couple days ago, and this is kind of short notice, but a couple of days ago, I asked you guys to send me a private message. If you had prop firms, which ones, where were you at in the challenge, kind of how much information you wanted to share. So there were 4 people, 4 traders, and looking at some of the feedback tonight, I'm guessing some people didn't send information, but as you can see, Trader A has a couple, Trader B, they're using Funded Next, the Funded Trader, FTMO, LMFX. One person is using Lark, and that's I don't recall this broker, so that'd be a nice one to look into. And this one is actually mine, so I'm using FTMO. I've got 2 there, Funded Next, and the Fibers. I can't remember who uses the Fibers. Is it William? Somebody name dropped the Fibers in one of our hot seat. Okay, cool. And how are you doing on that? Well, are you in the challenge mode or are you funded?
I'm on the challenge mode.
Okay. So as we're sitting in the hot seat sessions and somebody name drops a broker, if it's not on the Google Doc, this actually was, the Fiber was on there. Yeah, go check it out. Lark, I don't know if that's on there, but we'll find out here in a second. So number 9, what is the one thing, or what are multiple things that you have questions on that you want to get answers to tonight? So I created just a simple Google Doc that is, pull this over so you can see. It's just a live Google Doc. You guys can, I put the link there, but also I'm gonna share it again. I'll put it in chat, copy link, I'll put it in chat. And so feel free to go onto this form It'll be live. You can start to type, and then I will reference that before we're done. So if we're talking through something and you don't know something, or you're wanting to know a question, throw it up there, and we'll make sure and get that answered. All right. If you screw something up, just hit the back button, because it is a live form. So anything you write down, you can just hit undo. So that wasn't really a question. I kind of ran out of questions at the end. But let's see what else we got. The first thing we're gonna be.
You said you need to grant access or share it with everybody because you're being stingy on that doc.
So share. I thought I was
Just make it
giving,
available to everybody.
yeah, everyone available with that link. Huh. Yeah. So then I'm gonna. Okay, if that's gonna keep asking for access, then maybe whatever. Okay. Done. The first topic we're talking about, or I should say the first subject, is what are some benefits? What are some reasons why we should all be trading multiple accounts? So if you have watched any of the kind of quasi interview that Dave did with Sean when Sean visited us on a Wednesday night trading, or if you've been listening along as Dave's been talking through the benefits the last couple of weeks, what are some reasons why? What are some of the benefits of jumping into multiple accounts? And feel free to say it out loud. Feel free to throw it in the chat. Feel free to write, use annotation. Josh Hunter said diversification. Ed said reduce risks. Brandon says more money. Anything else? Optimize potential. Glenn says can incrementally build portfolio as you get paid. Very cool. Okay. Anything else? Starting in small accounts, building. And then somebody wrote a long thing that I'm not going to read, but
It's Martin. It's got to
be Martin. All right. So for me, those are all answers, right? For me, one of the most powerful answers is leverage. $10,000 versus $10,000. I had commented to a couple guys that yesterday morning in the hot seat session, I had a buddy visiting from out of town, so he sat next to me while we traded in the hot seat. It was Duke's session, and after we got done, he was like, "Wow, this is amazing!" And he goes, "Okay, so if I had $10,000 and gave to you, would you lose it, or would you trade it?" And I said, I would not take your $10,000 and put it into one account. I would take that 10,000 and spread it out over all of these challenges. And so the question is, when is $10,000 not $10,000? And I explained to my friend, you own $10,000 in your own personal trading account, or I use that same money to buy prop firms. And I asked him this question, which should turn some light bulbs on if you haven't thought about this. How much money do you have exposed each time you trade this account? And the obvious answer is what? Bueller. Barry, did you have something to say? Your microphone lit up.
That you here?
I'm just going to sit here. Someone's got to answer. You have a single $10,000 account that's your personal account. Every time you open that screen up and put trades on, how much do you have exposed of your money?
All of it, if it's your money. If you're not using a prop trader.
Okay.
100%.
100%. How much trading power do you have with that $10,000?
Complete.
Okay. And the only limit might be the broker's leverage, right? Whether it's 100 to 1, 200 to 1, 300 to 1. That same $10,000, if you use that to buy into prop firms spread out over multiple accounts. Again, when is 10,000 not 10,000? I ran out to those 4 accounts that I have and went to the very opposite end of the spectrum and said, if I bought the largest challenge that they had, I could buy a $200,000 account challenge for $1,100. I could buy 250,000 for 225, and you guys can see the rest of the numbers. Essentially, I could leverage if my budget was $10,000. If I was willing to put this in a single account, I could leverage $4,200 to leverage $1 million in challenges. Now, there's a bunch of details here, and there's a bunch of, is there a time frame and which one? But for the sake of purposes, these were the maximum accounts that I could find as fast as possible to get the dollar amount. Now,
But
we all know.
This is for 15 and 11.53 for
Yeah.
200,000.
Yep. And so this might have been, let's say that this, if you went to FTMO website, you would find one of these numbers as the maximum in one of their challenge accounts. And as fast as I could find the dollar amount, this is the dollar amount for that challenge account. Now our goal for the Forex Your Forex is 1/4% a day in all four of our accounts. Copy trading, parent trading with the child, and then with some of the EAs that we'll elaborate into in a little bit. But the interesting thing is, as I grabbed the calculator for my friend and I said $1 million, 1/4% per day is $1,000. I might have had a decimal wrong there. Oh no, it is 26.25 a day. I conservatively said that we're going to trade 4 days, and this is the amount per week times that in a month. And some prop firms, eventually there's some sort of 80-20 split. Who knows? But somewhere between 42,000 and let's just say half of that. That is the leverage power of 1/4% a day on $1 million. Does anybody have any budgetary issues with trying to live off of $33,000 a month?
It's a little thin.
How many race cars?
Brandon, don't talk. Don't talk. That's not
Yes.
enough gold. That's not enough gold.
That's not enough gold. How much gold could that buy? How many race car tires could
It
that buy?
buys a lot of gold today.
That's true. Gold
The
is down.
interesting thing was that was only half of your budget, right? So you could go out and grab another 4 challenge accounts and have 8 challenge accounts, and you could be spending $8,500 and leveraging 2.1 million in that challenge account, going for 1/4% per day, going for 21,000 a week and 84,000 a month on in our minds, because we've seen it done the entire month of September, 1/4% a day by leveraging in that multiple firm trading strategy.
Assuming you don't lose 5% in one day and lose a lot.
Don't
Yep.
do that.
Assuming that's a great assumption. Yep. So here we go. Forex or Forex. Here's some statistics that Dave threw my way. This is in September. We had up till there's only 20 trading days in a month, so we've had 18 hot seat sessions, and you guys can just look right down the numbers here. The goal in each of those hot sessions was we were going to Forex our 4 accounts, so we were copy trading, and we were going for 1/4%, and the average starting balance, the average daily earnings, the average return, so you guys can see all of those numbers all the way down. I'll let that sit here for a sec. Anything you want to add into that, Dave?
Oh, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Right? And this is all going for 1/4% is your goal. Right? That's it. 1/4% is your goal. What does that tell you? What does that tell you guys? I mean, it's pretty phenomenal that the average starting balance is 49,000. The total money earned in 18 days is 16,000 just by running. And we didn't even do that in every single day. We only ran 13 out of the 18 sessions. We were copy trading, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Thanks,
But
Brandon.
hey, no joke. How many of these 18 sessions did we work through bugs and kinks and
Mhm.
the growing
Didn't get a
pains?
full trading time because we were working through that, right?
Yeah. So,
But what does that? I mean, what does that tell you guys? I mean, I'd really like to let you guys. What does that say? What does that speak to what Pete's saying? What does it speak to what, just what are your guys' initial knee-jerk reactions to all these numbers?
What this says to me is that you could regain your whatever you spend and more in very short while, because the leverage.
Absolutely. So you can recoup everything, right?
You
It
scheduled
pays it.
chart, or did you just walk in?
so 1/4% a day in 5 trading days, mathematically is 1 1/4 a week. That's 5% a month, and that's 60% a year. And so regardless of if you have a $1,000 times 4 account or you have 10,000, 1/4% snowballs very, very rapidly. When most of us have been spending the last year learning how to hit 1% before we can hit -5, sliding back into 1/4% with all of the skills and tools that we now have this seems like the next evolution of strategy. So any other comments on that? Okay, so the second is the how.
Tell us that it's doable.
I will go through this fairly quickly because most people could be sitting where I'm sitting and explain exactly what I'm going to show. But I really do want you guys to help out as I jump into some of these other screens and you guys show us some of the shortcuts, or you show us some of the little tidbits that I'm missing. But so here's part 2, the how. If you were to get started, what's one of the first things that we need to do? Anybody? What's one of the first things that we need to do? What's one of the first things you would do to start right now to go look for?
Sign up for the FTMO free challenge so that can become your parent account.
What is an FTMO? What does that mean? Where do I go for that?
That's just one of the prop firms.
It's proper.
Okay, all right. Watch the Forex course. Go to bed. Go to Springfields. Go to spreadsheet. Ta-da! Spicy Nick. Go to the prop firm master Google Doc.
No, Timmy had the best comment.
The prop firm master.
What do you say?
Oh yeah.
Buy crypto from Dave.
And then we'll all trade it.
Here is the prop firm spreadsheet that our Discord community started to make. This is nothing that I did. I think I added 2 comments on here, but this is a Google Doc that is tagged all over Discord in multiple spots. If you go to, let's go over here. If you go to, what is it, bot? No, right here, prop firms. Prop firms, and Doug played a huge part in this. I don't exactly remember who else helped to populate, but we've got, I think Robin did, so prop firm right here. It's pinned right there. So this will bring up, Megan mentioned FTMO. So you could click on that website. You can click on Dave's affiliate link. You can then start to scroll through and see what comparing to all of these prop firms that we've all tried out in one extent or another, this is where you're going to start, right? So that's step one. Pick one, click on the link, start comparing. Number 3, decide on your Forex challenge budget. Do you have $400 to spend? Do you have $500 to spend? Do you have $100 to spend? I think there's one prop firm that starts as low as either $39 or $59. And as you saw, there's other prop firm challenges that start up into the $1,200 to $2,100. Okay, so you literally can go through that spreadsheet, sign up for an account by going to that person's website. And if I just FTMO, so if I go there, I've already made my account, but you can go to free trial. You can go to the FTMO challenge. You can go, you can click on a new challenge. And then you just start working down all the options. Since we're here, if this were me starting a new challenge, we'd grab US dollar, we'd grab normal risk. I started with a $10,000, but you've got these different options. Does anyone know the difference between FTMO and FTMO swing? This swing word will be in other brokers as well. So what does swing mean? In this context, what does FTMO swing account mean?
I think it's for traders that want to hold for a day or 3 and has different leverage and margin.
Leverage.
Yes, it's a guess.
You can trade the news, okay? And I think, was that Glenn talking? I think there's a lot of that too. Hold over the weekend, hold over through the close of the day. Some of the accounts won't let you do that, or they'll upcharge you for that ability. MetaTrader 5 is recommended almost 100% of the time. And then you enter your billing information, height, weight, all that stuff, okay? And that's as simple as it. That is as simple as that. You click through that information, and then you will come up with to your I don't know, the client area, right? So there you go. That's the FTMO. If you don't like that one, go to the next one, go to the next one, read through some of these comments, so especially read the red information, right? And now, was it Lark? Do we have Lark on here? That was one listed by one of our traders. Does anyone know if, wow, this is alphabetical. That's amazing. Here it is, Lark Funding, okay? You could go there and you could open up an account tonight.
Every day there's another one popping up. It's just they're popping up all over the place, so you got to be careful too. And so some of these are like, that's what we're trying to do right now. So like Ed said, we're vetting, and so it's always good to share your information. If you haven't had a good experience, we want to know about it. You had a great experience, we want to know about it, right? Because they're popping up daily. It's really hard to stay on top of all of it, and it's so brand new to the industry. It really hasn't been around very long that we're getting inundated with all these options, right? And so I just be careful. I wouldn't go out and slam a ton of money that you're not comfortable with on somebody that you haven't tested before, and just be smart about managing your risk in that. That's the only thing I would say.
I hadn't intended this, but when I opened up the funded trader, they had their Discord, and you'll very quickly learn whether or not people are upset about whether that broker pays or not. So for the last 3-4 days, I've gotten a whole bunch of beeps that these people have been upset because the funded trader has been late to pay, or there were issues with how they accepted payment. And so as you join these brokers, jump in as kind of a silent observer on some of these Discords and see if what do these people think of how that broker is performing. They will tell you very quick, right? Download their broker platform. as most of you have seen, whether it was Fiverr or FTMO or MetaQuotes, they all have their own broker. And so you've got to download that. And the last thing that I was looking at is the EA goodies. So we've got, again, the Google Doc, Google folder that was shared, right? So we have MT5s, we have MT4s. You click on those. And so here is all of the up-to-date information. I was looking through here as I was kind of making a list because this is the list of that toolbox. And so when we're looking at downloading a template, copying, pasting it into the platform, downloading FX Blue Copy Trader, this is really you've wrapped your arms around everything that we have available if you found this spot right here. Nick, is Kovash here? I don't know. So Nick
Yep,
put a couple.
he says yes.
How dare he ghost me? So libraries, Nick made a folder and put some of this information here. And as we've seen, as quickly as the tides change, it seems like EAs go in and out of compliance and they have to be updated. And let's see. So Duke made a script, put one there. We have a break even, we have a master buy, master sell, we have a close all. Question for Dave. This master buy, would this work on something like the challenge account that doesn't accept EAs? Like a master sell, a master buy, or what were
Yeah,
these,
those are scripts, not EAs.
Okay, all right. So if you happen to stumble into a challenge account, like a friend
Just
of mine,
asking for a friend.
and you got all the way to the end and you bought the challenge, and then you learned later that the fine print said you couldn't trade EAs, you could come over here and still grab these scripts and work with those. But in my mind, I go back up. Does anybody see anything that's missing on this list? This is pretty much everything we work with every day in the hot seat, right? All right. So put those said items onto your platform. That's part of the how. You've got to open up your platform. I'll open up the FTMO right now, and you go over those scripts. You throw them in the downloads. I am not a savvy coder, and I can very easily get lost around the computer when you jump into the guts of it. But even I can follow some simple instructions. My folder is off screen here though. There we go. So that screen will pop up. You go to MT5 and you go to the experts if it's a EA, and you go to scripts if it's a script, and you copy paste, right? So that's almost as simple as it can get. So you can see Anubis, Fractals, Talon, Copy Trader, Copy Sender, Sender. So we've got all of that we go through. And like most of you highlighted when you checked on between 1 and 10, most all of us are very comfortable with getting all of those tools onto our charts. So anything else that I'm missing in the literal how-to?
Yeah, how do you place a trade?
Well, first you wait for the price cycle to end, and then you just start putting trades on in the same direction.
Hey, Pete, where's the undo button?
How dare you? How very dare you? We're still waiting for Khalid to make that. So
like that. Oops, never happened button.
Looking for that one, yeah.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
Have you looked into the local, like it was on your previous slide, I think. Have you looked into the difference in a local trade copier versus web-based one or a cloud-based one? Because there was some discussion around that.
No, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, okay. No, never mind.
Great question, but
Your value has literally dropped from Josh.
I can speak to that
I told
briefly.
you my level. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I had a conversation with TFT about that because part of their rules say that you cannot have somebody else trade your account, and most companies are like that. And what can happen is if you use a hosted provider, the IP address that hosting is located at may be used by multiple people, which looks like to their
Servers.
yeah, to their system, which is monitoring this, like it's a bunch of stuff coming from the same location. So that can automatically end your challenge if you get caught. So the solution to that is talk to them, have a communication with them. So I've got a conversation going on with them. I need to send them when I decide what trade copier I'm going to use, because I'm going to buy one of them. When I decide which one I'm going to use, I need to send that to the risk department, say, hey, this is what I intend to do. Can you confirm that you guys are okay with this? And
You know
then
what
they
you should
will.
do? You should ask them if they have a list of already approved trade copiers.
Well, I
And that
could
might
do
help
that, but they
you
told me to
very-
just, to contact. That's not a terrible idea.
You're speaking to a level 1 tech.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. It might have been level 2 at that point because I was pretty annoyed. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
Their FAQ explicitly states, I read it front to back last night, that if you buy the EA copier add-on for an extra, small percentage, then you can use it like a cloud copier or whatever.
Yeah, so there
You have
is,
to have that on.
specifically for them. That's why you got to read the rule underlying, but that is also on a different program. So there is one program that automatically includes that. I think Brandon was on that program, but it wasn't working
Royal.
for him. So I asked him to reach out and say, why can't I use this? Right. Because it should have been included in
I've
that
had some
program.
issues with it, but the Royal account is what I have. And that's what I contacted them about. It's not a question of being able to use the trade copier. It's a question of being thrown out of the program because all your stuff is coming from a server that somebody else is using. That's the question.
I have the standard with the EA add-on, and I've not had an issue copy trading into that account. And I've also gotten paid from them. So,
but you're not using a cloud server.
No, I'm just using the one we all use, the blue.
Yeah, and also the difference, I think, may be that this EU is a different server. Pete has the same server, so it's a different server than the normal 8-cap server. So a lot of people have a US based one, I presume, or something other than the EU server. Because Pete had to go through the same thing that I had to go through to get it in there because it wasn't on the list. It's not on the drop down list. You have to actually type it in, search for it, and then walk through the process. It's a little more complicated, but
excuse me. So at the very beginning of you talking, Brandon, what did you say if somebody has to maybe look out or watch out for it? If they're doing something out of the ordinary, or they have to watch out for this every time?
Anytime that you're using a service that is a hosted service,
Are we doing that right now?
If you use a hosted VPS or a hosted trade copier, then yes.
Okay.
And so if you're not using a hosted service, then you won't have a problem. But you shouldn't.
So if people are like me and they don't know what in the world that was, then they're safe.
Yeah. If you go through my
generally people
Forex
like you
course,
are safe. Yes.
If you just do what's in my Forex to Forex or Forex free course plug,
free course,
it'll get you set up on all the free tools and get you everything for free. So.
But are you guys saying that before we actually purchase an account, we need to call them and make sure that they'll take the Forex Blue copier, for example?
No, this is only if you're using a hosted service.
Okay.
So for me, I'm looking at this kind of at the next level, and I want faster execution, so on. So, oh my gosh, people,
I want faster execution.
that's a
Oh,
bit much.
I just want normal execution. I don't need
Yeah, if you want normal execution,
So I'm
there's-
just gonna learn from all of your mistakes so you guys can tell me how to do it right.
yeah, there is nothing wrong with David's doing this, and he's doing absolutely fine. So there's nothing wrong with using the tools that David's suggesting, which is the local side of the trade copier. It generally works just fine. I just have some network lag issues that I'm trying to overcome. So that's where I'm at.
So anything that I throw out there on YouTube or in a course or anything like that, I personally vetted. On that spreadsheet, I'm just throwing out a disclaimer, that spreadsheet that everybody is using, if there's an affiliate link, I have personally vetted them. And so I've removed affiliate links of companies that I haven't vetted. At first, I was just throwing affiliate links after affiliate link up there. I'm like, no, only the ones that have affiliate links I have personally vetted and say everything works inside the parameters that we want them to work in. So, and if it's outside of that, it's a yo-yo. You're on your own.
The more you know. Okay, this may be one of the last slides. The thirdly, do the do part. So I took a screen grab of a spreadsheet I created. And what I thought from my own brain was, if I'm going to be...
Wait, can I put a pin in what you're about to say? Because I think it's really, really important that we address this comment, because I think a lot of traders have this same comment or fear and in going down this path, which is what Curtis has said, is that it's faster to lose money, right? And I agree with that, and I disagree with that. And I'd like Pete, maybe if you could address that on why this, because in your title is reducing risk, but we didn't really talk about how this reduces risk to the point that people can have an aha moment to understand that this way really does not make you lose money faster if you do it the correct way. And I want Pete, if you could speak to that and how this is safer than a traditional style of trading. Does that make sense? How it reduces risk?
Sure. The trading style that we use with the wobble technique, parlaying that with what the market throws at us through market structure, through potential ride the waves, as our community continues to get better at noticing candle patterns and high probability trade setups, and the 1, 2, 3s, and the 50-50 at the 50, all of that that we've been learning and growing through as we've had successes and failures, position size, action points, all of that information has kind of culminated where we were continuing to strive for 1% a day. A lot of us as the inexperienced trainees were patterning ourselves after Dave, who's very much an experienced trader, and he was the trainer. And so from a lot of us, I'm going to pull this over to type a little bit. Our experience to get 1%, in order to get 1%, we needed to either up our position size, we needed to trade longer, we needed to maybe adjust trading, holding on to trades when we could have been taking them out and recycling, because we were going for 1%, which is over the long haul, I would say is not necessarily unrealistic, but it's very, very, very hard when you're leveraging yourself and exposing yourself to risk to hit that 1%. And so what we've done now is, with all of the things that I mentioned, the knowledge that we've gained, for us to get 0.25%, what that really means is, if up here we were trading, let's say 0.04 per trade, or 0.05 per trade, we can still do 0.02, 0.04, 0.05, but we're not having to be in a large position off the bat. We're not having to trade for a longer session. We're really able to limit our risk by catching one move, 1.5 moves, maybe 2 moves. And so for us to have the mindset of, I'm only going for 0.25%, so I'm not risking 5% to go for 0.25%. So we could, a lot of what I did in the first week or two was, I was trading 0.02 and gathering 200 or 300 pips and getting 25 that 0.25%. This morning in the hot seat session, when Brandon was going through some of his gold, and actually yesterday when Duke was in the UJ, I still stayed in the EU, and so this morning there was a ride to wave right off the bat that the euro dollar broke down, and in 12.5 minutes I got 0.25%. I only had 9 trades on. I only had 9 trades at 0.04. So I risked 0.3, let's just say 0.36, and got 0.25%. I was in and I was out, and I held on. And if you look at the stats, this is today. So I got in 0.34, 0.26, 0.35, 0.35. It was 1.3%, and my exposure to risk was extremely low compared to me trying to hit 1% in a single account. So as extemporaneously as I could, I don't know if I answered your question, Dave.
What? You said something?
Oh, that's a really big word, Pete. Good job.
Yeah.
So ultimately what it comes down to is, it's my belief that if you only go for 0.25% times 4 equals 1, that this should be easy. If you go for 1%, this is hard, right? And if it's easy, then risk is reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. If 0.25% is not easy, then we need to help you to get that. We need to help you to get there, right? So whatever
I want
is
to tell you
easy
guys
will
that
reduce your risk.
I want to tell you guys that my second day of trading on my own, I hit 0.28 this morning in 4 trades.
Nice.
You hit your what? You hit what in 4
I
trades?
hit 0.28 in
That
the
is awesome, Egan. That's
It
really
was.
awesome.
I was like, I can do this. I really can do this.
I like it. I don't know why. I just had that old 80s life commercial. Mikey likes it.
Anyway, I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
So, and the other thing that a part of that 0.25% is, I'll show you what I'm gonna, right after this, I plan on pulling up all 4 of the accounts and confirming with you how they're all copying and they're all linked up to each other. I had this account, I think 2 days in a row. No, this account and this account, it didn't copy correctly. So I didn't realize I only had 3 of the 4 working until I pulled it up, fixed it, and then got into trades. But in order to get the 0.25%, in order to get this 0.25%, I traded a little bit longer, or I held on to those winning trades and secured my trades. So you can see how going for 0.25%, you kind of back into almost doubling your original goal. And for anyone who's ever sat in on the hot seat, you know, you'll hear pretty quick how we're trying our best to learn how to not exit out of trades, but to secure and let them run. And so that 0.25% is, I will say this morning, I I was wanting to keep trading after I had gotten out, and I needed to remember that Dave said, "Hey, get in, get out, get your 0.25%, stop trading." So the lessons you learn as you continue to stick with the community, and the days go by and the experience piles up, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? What I was thinking was, as I minimize this, ooh, we're at 10 o'clock on the dot. Woo! See, I didn't think I was going to be long-winded. So I'm right now, I'm pulling up all 4 of my accounts, just for the simple example of showing what it would look like once you had them all roped together here. Okay, so I got them all 4 up. If you haven't seen this before, this is a receiver. There's a couple of little tricks that you'll learn on how to link those. Here's the other receiver.
Are we seeing your screen?
Did I stop share?
No, I can see it.
We're seeing your face. Should we see your screen instead?
You see my face?
Yeah.
Does
see your heroic
anyone
chiseled features, but you could show your screen.
Look, maybe it's on Zoom, but I see his screen. I can see what he's doing.
I see it.
Does anyone see my charts?
Yeah. You're
Behind. They're behind your meeting chat.
What's that?
They're behind your chat, Poe.
Oh, are you saying that's a dog? Maybe it's behind his chat.
Oh no, that's my chat. I'll shut up now.
I see Dave's hearts. Does anyone see my FTMO account?
Yes, I see.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm going to I'm gonna throw a buy on.
It's mixed. It was my mistake.
And let's see, is this guy?
It's all right, Doug. We all
this
make
isn't the right
mistakes.
one. So this guy got me again. All right, so I'm gonna close this guy out. I'm gonna throw a buy on. This guy's copying. This guy's copying. This one, algo trades. He always throws me for a loop, so I'll have to catch him on the next. So as simple as that. Throw one more buy on, and is he not? Yeah, he's here. 143. So 3 out of the 4 are copying. I'm not 100% sure why this bad mamma jamma doesn't want to be my copy.
Make sure you got a heartbeat.
I've got myself. We got our heartbeat here.
Do you have a sender with trade copy 3?
Yeah. What Dave is asking is I'll do a yes, 0.04 cents. So if I go to
Whoa, slow down, Turbo.
All right. So if you're here and you don't have you're running into some issues, I think I'm going trade copy 1, trade copy 2, trade copy 3. This guy is trade copy 3. This guy is trade copy 1. And this guy is trade copy 2. Right there. Okay. So you got to make sure that your algo trading is on here. And
one-click trading as well.
Let's see. Talon, yeah, Talon works on here. Okay. From here, Dave, if you've already got the trade receiver on, where do you go to double check that one-click trading is on?
No, you were there. Tools, options.
Okay.
Tools, options. You need one-click trading, and then expert advisors. You need to. That's your array problem right there. You got to allow that in order for a trade copy to work.
Cool. All right. So let's sell. And
and this might be the one that you were having a problem on because it's .I, and I don't know if you solved that or not.
You didn't put a price cycle.
Yeah, I did. Let's
The
see.
price cycle is empty.
Oh, well, no, because this
No.
this is my
It's just a receiver.
yeah.
So you
I
were
will-
having an issue the other day when we were trying to set this up with the .I, and I'm like, you might want to reach out to him because it should be working, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and that issue I fixed. That .I actually was in that account that I learned didn't have the correct EA. So, but there you go. So those are that's exactly what should be happening. Aside from, I'll update this offline and figure.
And
out.
again, all this is in the Forex or Forex course. It takes you step by step to show you how to set this all up, which is what Pete did and set this up. And you know, every time you add a new account, you got to do the same thing over and over. They're one-time only setups, but as you're trading 4, you're going to be doing it 4 times. And then if you add another one, you'll be doing it again, right? So ultimately, guys, this is just a really, really solid strategy to reduce your risk, maximize your income, and start generating profit from the market using other people's money to then in turn take what you've earned and open up your own account and maximize the opportunity that's in front of you to generate an opportunity for the rest of your life, right? And there's really, really strong power in this. I hope that you get it. I hope you understand it. Pete's really, really thankful that he has kind of showing you what he's doing. Everybody's just starting out on this journey. Again, this isn't something that you were able to do like even a year or 2 ago. This is brand new to the industry, and we're getting inundated with all this. And when you get inundated with all this, you're gonna get some bad companies. You're going to get some people that are saying, uh-oh, something doesn't smell right, but you're also going to get the good. And so you, as a trader, you got to go through that and sift through that. And that's why it's so strong of a community. We're doing it together. And if somebody raises their hand and says, you probably shouldn't use these guys, then at least you can learn from their experience. Right. And so that's what I love about Pete getting on here tonight to share his experience. I know a few of you guys have others in that prop firm trading channel. You guys are sharing your experiences. If you like somebody, great. And if somebody's doing you dirty, like we'll all stay away from that one company that didn't pay Josh 10 grand because he didn't have a take profit on one of his trades. To me, things like that don't pass the sniff test, right? If you don't have a take profit on, we're not going to pay you. We're just going to just drop them and say, do not use this company because they didn't pay Josh out his money, right? And that's what the power of the community is, that we get to know all this stuff to figure out who the best people are to work with. So again, thank you, Pete, for this presentation. I was amazed when I pulled the stats from what the hot seats people have done in the month of September. I'm going to be that's something that I'm going to continue tracking and probably make that public so that you guys can see that. But it's pretty cool. It really is really cool that we've had 17 out of 18 days have been profitable. So by using this strategy. So
yeah, thanks for letting me share that. It
Thanks for
looks like
doing it,
right now I
Pete.
don't have a heartbeat, so I'll have to find the heartbeat on that. So I'll go out to the EAs, download it, and try it again. So, but yeah, that's all I had. I thought a to Z how to, and then just get some community feedback on what you guys are doing. And it looks like everyone knows how to. They know where to go to get it done. Now it's time, especially with the changes in the industry, that we are empowered now more than ever. So,
Hey Pete, I got a question. Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen it in the banking tab, but I haven't seen anyone talk about it. So when you apply for a funded account, I guess they take credit card, PayPal. But what about when they pay you? Because, well, for U.S. traders, I'm talking about.
Yep.
And these are all foreign, mostly, accounts. So when they pay you, I'm hearing well, I'm not hearing, but looking through the prop or the banking tab, I see what I'm thinking is, I don't know, you got to talk to your banker. I don't talk to my banker. So, do you have any feedback on that as far as when you finally do, make a paycheck and they pay you, what's the deal there? What do you have to go through any hoops there?
I have a couple of comments, but Dave, do you want to start?
Pete's like, I just want to make sure that what I say, you're gonna say.
I can only see what I'm reading, and so I have some thoughts on the payout options. But Dave commented that he has received payment from winning challenges or post challenge. So how are you getting payments? Are they?
So it is a little bit of a hoop. And we probably will need to have another one of these type of meetings to show you guys how to set it up, because you're going to want to obviously set up a business so you can take advantage of the trader tax status if you haven't done so. And I'm just going to really hit a couple high level points, but not really get into the nitty gritty. So there's a little bit of a setup that's going to take place when you start getting your payout. So you can easily get a payout. There's companies out there that are changing the way that they're doing it. And so that's why you saw the funded trader have some issues with a company like a payout processor like Deal, because of some of the dirty people in the industry. They're having to change the way that they're paying out. Right. And so in the past, it was a little bit easier. Now those things are getting tightened up, but almost all of them will pay you immediately. Well, I should say almost all will pay you immediately. Almost all will pay you, but most of the time it's like immediate, where if you to a crypto exchange. And if you choose that option, you can get paid immediately usually it's within like a day. If you don't choose that option, you choose like a wire or a transfer or something like that, it can take literally like a month to get paid. And that's just industry. It has nothing to do with the company. It just takes that. I've never seen it faster than like 3 weeks. So I choose to just put it in my crypto wallet and then convert it from there. And there's a lot of other pros and cons. And there's a lot of other pros and cons to doing that. Like I said, we could go through an entire another hour of how to set that all up and everything. But yeah, like some people, like Glenn saying, sometimes you can get them to pay through PayPal, Wise, all that kind of stuff. And so that's something you'll want to look at as well. But because I like the instant payouts, I just choose to throw it into my crypto wallet and then from there convert it to USD. And for me, I do that too because I only take what I want to take, or what I want to take as income. And then when I convert it to dollars, that's taxable income. But if I'm holding it in crypto, right? So, and maybe that soon will be taxable. I don't know. I'm not really up on those laws, but at least I'm holding it offshore.
Do they give you the option to of which crypto they send it to you? So like if you send it as USDT, then there's less volatility versus if they send it to you like with Ethereum or Bitcoin.
Yeah, you can choose, but the majors, right? If it's Bitcoin or USDT, things like that. Some of them will let you do that. Some of them will want you to use Bitcoin, but it's instant. And so I can take that into Bitcoin and then convert it to USDT, instantly. Right. But you do pay a little bit of a conversion on there, but it's still less than what you would pay like for a wire or something like that. So, but like I said, we'll go through it. I'll go through it, or Pete will go through it next time.
Yeah, we've got like at least 2 weeks before we pass all these challenges. So that's way down the road.
Pete will do part 2.
Yeah.
How to get money in your account.
So there you go.
Yeah.
And the only information I had was what Dave said with the crypto and the wallet stuff. So,
but I just do that for speed. because I hate waiting like 30 days and to get, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because like, are they really going to pay you? And I like to, when I'm vetting, I like to see the speed of execution pretty quick. So.
Well, yes, because you get paid in crypto in 2 weeks, it can be half that. And I don't mean that bad. I don't mean that bad.
Or it could be double. I've had that happen to me before. Like in the amount of time it took me to transfer it from Bitcoin to something, it went up in value. I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. But,
Thanks,
all
Pete.
right.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. And
the hot seaters,
questions?
my computer's up and running, so we're gonna jump into the hot seat night trading, and so we'll jump on over there. So
thanks.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
And talk to you later.